In this video, I'm going to be talking about the fifth energy center, also known in the Eastern philosophies as the throat chakra. The importance of this chakra, this energy center, is our ability to express ourselves, to communicate freely in the world, to have self-expression, to connect to our authenticity, and to speak our truth. So the symptoms of a blocked fifth energy center are tightness around the throat, constantly having to clear your throat of phlegm, hoarseness, neck pain, or jaw pain. And there are also behavioral and emotional symptoms of this as well, such as fear of being judged, fear of speaking up or speaking your truth, difficulty setting boundaries, or mumbling through your words because you don't believe in what you say. And the impact of this blocked fifth chakra is you feel like you're disappearing into the world, that you're unable to engage with what's going on around you. I had a few clients that have come to me before and told me that they feel like they have this massive block there, and their inability to start a conversation with people at an event. For example, they couldn't say hello, they didn't know how to interact with people, they feel fully blocked, and it causes much stress around the rest of the body. They're unable to make friends because they're just completely freaking out and worrying about whether they're going to say the wrong thing, that they're going to sound stupid, that they're going to not be able to have anything to offer to the conversation, which is entirely not true. Everyone has something that they can offer to a conversation. So when we have an unblocked fifth energy center, we are able to be more resonant, be more clear, have more clarity when we speak. Our articulators are all working. We're connected to our diaphragm. We're connected to the breath. We're able to speak our truth. We don't have any fear when it comes to speaking up in situations. We're able to open conversations. We're able to say hello. We're able to say anything that we want because we're speaking our truth, because we believe in what we say, because we're connected to our center, connected to the essence of who we are. We are authentically speaking, we're able to tell a story effectively, have better conversations, and also close that deal, get that job interview, go say hello to the potential love interest in your life, open up a conversation, a sauna, which will lead you to the next meeting of new friends. So when we're unblocked, everything is flowing perfectly. Our expression is free. We don't feel any fear or judgment in expressing ourselves, which is amazing. We have a greater alignment between the mind and the body, and we are able to listen with all of our body, not just our ears. We have better conversations with people because we're not waiting for our turn. We're really truthfully engaging and listening so that we can add some value or acknowledge what the other person is saying, and that can create much better relationships for business and personal life. And you'll see the benefits will start to stack. The more that we listen will affect our ability to be able to speak as well. Our voice is dependent on our breath. And the number one fundamental part of any voice training is our breath training. Our ability to connect to our diaphragm and to our breath is what allows us to connect to our authenticity, to our truth, to be able to tell stories effectively using different tones, different kind of pacing and pausing techniques. All of the voice that we are doing right now, that I'm speaking right now, is breath passing through the body, through the resonators to create sound that then passes through the articulators. Nothing happens without breath. Our inhalation is like our inspiration. That's where the thought comes in. We go like this, and then we start to speak. And if we have a block there and we're unable to connect to that breath, then we block ourselves off to those parts of ourselves that are truthful, that are authentic. We also are encouraged to breathe deep because that is where our guts are. If you've ever heard of the phrase or the idiom, it takes guts to say that or speak from your guts, it's because this is the most softest part of our body with the most vital organs. And if we're able to go out there confidently with our guts open and our stomach and our soft parts open, we are showing that we have no fear. So if we're able to enter a business situation or a personal situation or a really difficult conversation with our guts and breathing deep into them, we're able to connect to something that is more visceral, more powerful, something more real, because we are putting fear to the side and opening ourselves up and going, hey, yeah, I'm open right now. This is open. You can say whatever you want to me. I'm not scared. And that helps us get many things done in life, whether we want to say hello to someone who we find attractive, or you have to say the price of your product that you're trying to sell, and you always feel constricted or blocked because of that. So opening up this part of our body through breath connection, through increasing our capacity to be able to breathe, through consciously connecting to the diaphragm through different exercises that I coach on my program, then that is what is going to help us speak our truth, show up authentically, and also feel more grounded because we're breathing deep. We're breathing deep and low right into here. Lungs are expanding, and then we have better conversations. Things just start to work a lot easier. Now, it wasn't always like that for me. I started my performing arts career 15 years ago. And the first time I was ever asked to prepare something, I started to have a panic attack. I had no clue what I was doing. I was sat in the corner of a room, fretting, panicking, crying, was unable to breathe, like breathing really shallow into my chest and thinking, what the hell am I going to do? And from that, I also got stage fright. I started to worry about all the things I was doing. I was very anxious. And it wasn't until I had an extensive voice training from the Royal Central School of Speech and Drama that I was able to connect to that part of myself that was more confident. And it took years of breath training, years of being able to express myself fully in a safe environment. Without that training, without that moment of pure fear and worrying about forgetting my lines or worrying that I was going to look stupid, I wouldn't have been able to get to where I am now, where I'm able to coach voice, where I'm able to speak my truth, and have created a career in many different industries, from acting to voice training to being a voice artist on television to now speaking to this camera. So it's very important to have a voice training because it opens up that part of us where we can freely express ourselves. This is the number one thing that we have when we approach someone is hello. And the way that we have one first impression. And if we can master that first impression by being confident, being open, being able to speak our truth, then that is going to have a lasting impact over our lives. So we have our spoken voice, but there are other voices that exist within us. We have our critical voice. We have the voice that tells us that we're not good enough. So one of the most important practices that you can do to be able to freely express yourself and get rid of some internal blockages so that you can open up your outer are journaling practices. Now, the one that I hammer on and have spoken about in previous videos is morning pages, which is 3 pages of stream of consciousness every morning. First thing you do is write with your hand 3 pages of what your brain is thinking. There is no right or wrong when you do this. It allows the inner critic or that voice that tells you that you're not good enough, or the previous, people from your past that have said things to you. That is the time for you to dump that on a page so that throughout the day, they don't get to have a say anymore. And you connect more to your truth, to your truth behind that voice. And so that you can speak your true voice. And journaling practices I've been doing now for 10 years. This has massively helped me. And again, I've got other videos that speak about this, but I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to get your thoughts and feelings out onto a page, express yourself through writing, because it also helps unblock that energy center too. Because if we restrict the voices in our inner world, we're also going to be restricting the voice of our outer world. There are many, many voice exercises that you can do to switch on the resonators, the articulators, and the breathing connection that you can do before you go into any situation. Now, I start to do some lip trills because that is the one that I find connects me straight to my diaphragm and gets the articulators, like the lips, moving straight away. So that's just a simple. You go between the range. You have to connect to your diaphragm to be able to do that and be supported anyway. So it kind of kills 2 birds with 1 stone. And if you do have some more time, you can get into a lying down position with your knees raised to the ceiling and do some semi-supine. And you can release some air on an F or an S sound just to start consciously connecting to your breath. So you take a deep breath in into your belly through the mouth for 4 seconds, and then you release all of that breath on a sustained F sound until you run out of air, and that you are basically forced to take an inward breath again, where you expand. And when you think of the inhalation, think of the inspiration, that it's a thought coming in. Not only will this exercise help you connect to your breath, it will also relax your body so that you can go out into the world or in front of the camera or into your business meeting, or start your day with some conscious breathing so that you're able to have a better day, more relaxed, more connected, and the words will just flow out. I know there's a lot of content out there right now about manifestation, and I recently read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, which talked about auto-suggestion, which is writing out a statement, then affirming it out loud every day. So the importance of being able to speak out loud and affirm things with your actual voice are what are going to bring them into reality when you connect an emotion to them. Because when we speak, we're creating vibrations. The sound is vibrations. It resonates through our chest, through our body, through our skull, and that's what lands on people when we speak. But that also goes back to us as well. So the ability to have good vibrations and wake up those vibrators and resonators by doing these exercises, that allows us to connect more to what we want to affirm. So speaking things into reality, start with the breath, then it comes through into the resonating, and then we speak it out loud. So I run voice activations which allow you to connect to your voice so that you're able to speak publicly in front of a camera and also express yourself truthfully and authentically. And by the end of it, you're feeling more open, more free, you feel more present, and you have the ability to go out and create opportunities for yourself through your voice.